Red pill disclaimer. Welcome to Gawdzell's channel. By watching this video, you are choosing to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. All opinions expressed are Gawdzell's alone, and any copyrighted content belongs to its respective owners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can you see it now? Can you see the Matrix for what it truly is?
Oh, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another one. It's going to be another good video as always. Let's get right into it.
Power of the observer. We are the fourth dimension. I want you guys to start thinking in this type of perspective. We believe we're in the third dimension, but what if we are projecting the fourth dimension? I never thought of it from this perspective, but when you do, it makes a lot more sense, and then you can equate this to Mason cosmology. But first, let me let my boy Terrence Howard cook.
Remember, there are no two-dimensional spaces because in order for anything to be perceived, it has to be measurable. And measurable needs 3 dimensions, but it actually needs 4. It needs your perspective. You are the fourth dimension, and that's what Walter Russell also talked about, that it was 4 things coming together. And that's what woke me back up, and I was like 4 bubbles meeting. Is it because we can create straight lines and we get confused? We can't create it, because even when you look at it under an electron microscope, you'll see all the little curved dots that make it up. There are no straight lines, like if you look at this, in a box. If you looked at this, you'll say, oh, that's a square right there. Right in the middle. Sure. You'll see that square happening right there. But if you look at it from the side, from its real perspective, you see that it's not. The straight lines are an illusion. Again, we are being fooled by our senses because there is no motion in a straight line. So all these homes that they're building, and they keep wondering, why do they keep blowing over? Why don't you make the homes look like a mushroom? Follow the curvature of nature, and you won't have to worry about rebuilding them in hurricane zones or in tornado zones. It'll go right over it. They don't make airplanes that's just a straight box. They've allowed it to be aerodynamic and curved. They moved away from the straight lines, and that makes sense about homes.
You know, you wonder why we're in these cubes. These houses are square boxes, cube. We're constantly inundated and surrounded by third dimensional worship by design. That's why they have those 4 cubes in every continent damn near as a monument. That's why it's in all our religions. Muslims, they circle around a cube as a signification of Saturn rings. Christianity is a 2D version of a 3D cube. Judaism, they got the cube on their forehead and bands around their arm. But the moon, let's talk about this moon. That's our observer. That goes back to this, which goes back to this, because that is our fourth dimension, the observer. You know, there's a lot of truth in plain sight that a lot of us just do not question or ponder on for that to be the fact of anything. We are so inundated to go with what we are told. And consciousness is waking up. We're starting to see all these symbolism that's in our face. The yin, the yang, the 666s that is inundated in everything. The heliocentric model, our longitude lines, Google Chrome, CERN, where Trump lived. Why do you think they use this numerology? Why do you think they use this Mason cosmology? Because they are manipulating time and space. In your perspective. As an observer, you are an observer. You project reality, and the moon has you locked. The power of the observer.
You know, that is pretty true though. Like that's crazy how we can like stay in like these homes and stuff. You know, we stand here for so long, especially if you're not going outside, you know, getting enough sunlight. You really be in there for a long time. It's crazy.
This is how one cat can power a whole city.
Scientists discovered a magical phenomenon. When you pick up a cat and throw it down, no matter how you throw it, the cat can always land on its 4 limbs every time. When a buttered slice of bread drops to the ground, it's always the buttered side that faces down. So, scientists conducted an experiment. They tied the buttered bread to the cat's back with the buttered side facing up to see which one would land first when thrown like this. Something astonishing happened. The cat actually kept rolling in the air. Could it be that both the cat and the butter were competing to land first and they were fighting in the air? The scientists were extremely excited. Isn't this a perpetual motion machine? They regarded the constantly rotating cat as an energy source and put it into a generator. Instantly, The entire city was brightly lit, solving the problem of global energy shortage. However, this experiment was questioned by many people. So, someone simulated this experiment at home. He wanted to prove with facts that this was a hoax. He smeared butter on the bread and then tied the bread to a little cat. Unexpectedly, the bread was eaten by the little cat. He tied it again and then threw it down. Surprisingly, the little cat also started rotating. It turns out that this experiment is true. It's simply incredible. If you have a cat at home, hurry up and give it a try.
I'm one of the smartest 20-year-olds in the world. My philosophy is different. If you want to eat cleaner, learn the laws of the universe, and get your shit together all at the same time.
What was it like? What was X like?
He was silly. He was a real funny, silly guy.
Yeah.
And he joked a lot.
Yeah.
And he would just call me randomly, you know? And we never actually got the chance to work because during the time, like when, you know, right before he passed, he kind of had a falling out with the Migos, which was my label. He was going, we tried to sign him to QC. I remember when Coach and Pete went down in Florida to go meet with him. And they didn't lock it in, but yeah, he had a fallout with the Migos, which kind of made it kind of weird between me and him. But I had nothing but love for X. He was so talented.
The specific thing with X was, it was like, I remember the YouTube content around it. Do you remember, like, it was like fight videos?
Yeah.
It was like songs came out, and then the videos about like the character and the personality. Like,
Yeah.
I remember he like snuffed some kid at a concert in California.
Yeah, but he was a
And then
sweetheart,
helped, and then he was like, then the kid was like, "Yo, I'm sorry." And he was like, "Oh, it's all good. Like everything's fine." During the concert.
Yeah.
But the energy around that kid.
Yeah.
Was, and I remember I talked about him on Vlad TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he DM'd me. He was like, "Dude, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do whatever." Like he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on the straight and narrow," or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like just a very.
He was awesome.
Yeah, but also kind of open about dealing with like depression and
Yeah.
shit. He was like, "I'm a little fucked up right now."
Yeah, but he was great.
Yeah.
And in person, he was so chill and extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get back. He was kind, you know?
Yeah.
And he was trying to, you know, change himself.
What was it like? What was X like?
X was a different type of, he was like one of a kind. That's what I would say.
Soul is. Religion does not teach you what really is a soul. Religion gives you a whole bunch of distortions. Down here, we're incarnates. We're not souls yet. We reincarnate over and over. Eventually, you become a soul. Eventually, you become an oversoul. That's what we're getting to in the crystal silicate matter. And then you evolve into hydroplasmic pre-matter, crystal liquid. The scientific term would be hydroplasm. And then these beings evolve back into, you return back to source, you return back to the universal trinity. This is the cosmic trinity. This is where your soul is. Religion.
The universe is just in your head. They got us thinking that we gotta look up in the sky or there's planets in the solar system, but let's really be real, bro. The only thing we seeing is that moon. And when you put that telescope in, they could alter optics. Y'all know about CGI. You think they don't got some type of CGI technology within telescopes? And when you think about the NASA system, why does all of their names is named after that's in mythology, like star systems and all of that, right? It's like a symbol. Everything is symbology, or everything is metaphysical. So that could be representing the human body. NASA could be representing our genetics. How do you know? But they want us to think the universe. You control your mind, you control the universe. The universe is just in your head.
This is what happens when good people get tired of being used.
Empathy burnout is a real thing. After so many years of putting other people first, overpouring, overgiving, people-pleasing, trying to understand people's reasons for hurting you, you're exhausted, drained, and indifferent. So when people cry to return after treating you badly, you just no longer care. If someone who has been or is in my life comes and says something to you about me, even if it's negative, I might tell you to believe them because of what they had to do to get me to that point. I am absolutely a villain in some people's stories, you know? But people's minds and memories are selective, and they just start where I became the villain. I can absolutely be very comfortable being the villain in your story because I know myself well enough to know I will never wake up and intentionally want to hurt you out of the blue. And even when you hurt me, I will never want to hurt you back. But you best believe I will stand my ground. You will no longer have access to me. And if I come off as cruel, if I come off as a villain, so be it.
It feels good to help other people, but you need to start helping yourself first. My book shows you what putting yourself first looks like. It also gives you things to do to make you put yourself first. Comment art or click the link in my bio and you can get the book. This is what happens when good people get tired of...
Yeah, man. Like, it's okay to hold people, but you can't be putting people first. You gotta make sure you good first, you know?
The universe...
What you think?
One, it's spicy as hell. And you probably did that shit on purpose, bitch.
Why would I purposely make it spicy? What you think?
So let's talk about the shape of the earth, part 2. Alright, so we in the center. Then there's 1, 2, 3, and that's what you call Atlantis. Then we got 4 rims on top, 4 rims on bottom. We in the center, and that's what makes up the planet. And see, on these different realms, different beings exist there. Atlantis was our home. That's where we lived on the planet. There's another realm where the Godzillas, King Kongs, stuff like that. There's another realm where they live. Stuff goes on out there. They got their own thing going on. You feel me? That's also where the dragons stay. The dragons stay out there. The Godzilla Titans, all that. You feel me? Basically, the whole Godzilla universe. That's where that whole universe come from. That realm right there. And that's a real realm right here on the planet. Also, there's like a fire magma realm. That realm right there ended up getting invaded same way this one did. But that realm right there, a lot of the cold weather technology, they used that on them. And they ended up freezing a lot of that realm over. There's a race called the Dark Age. They froze a lot of them over, set up shop down there. But I got more on the way. Y'all stay tuned. So let's talk about the shape of the earth, part 2. Alright, so we in the center, then there's...
What's the lady in green before he froze?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot of people are talking about this, but it's been a surprisingly interesting year for the discovery of new species. I already mentioned before how hundreds of new species were discovered in Africa's Sky Islands, as well as thousands of new marine creatures discovered off the coast of Chile. But it was also reported that a 500 million year old sea creature was discovered in Canada on June 27th, as well as a report from July 7th of a new alien-like species with 20 arms lurking deep within the Antarctic Ocean. The specific creature in question is called an Antarctic strawberry star, and it apparently not only has tentacles but feathers as well. There was also a new sticky creature discovered in China, and a large creature with long nails and red eyes discovered in South India. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if something game-changing was discovered like Bigfoot, Wendigo, or maybe some sort of large sea creature which will make us have to rethink our world's ecosystems and what may or may not exist today. Regardless of what discovered recently, so leave a like and let me know what you think about us.
It's removed from the internet.
We'll give you employment if you're unemployed. We'll give you welfare and security. All we want in return is all of your labor for all of your life. Didn't you read those 732 pages of the 1935 Social Security Act before you signed the application? The entire text of the contract is in writing. It's always been available. And any judge will look at you and say, why didn't you read the contract then? And you might say, well, I didn't know anything about the Social Security Act of 1935. Nobody presented the contract to me. That's because it's called an adhesion contract. You didn't hear of adhesion contracts in public school? By the way, who operates those public schools, ladies and gentlemen? And who operates Social Security? if you knew that you were worth $435,000 over the course of your life, can you understand why government doesn't want you to understand the Social Security Act? Now, the IRS Form 1040 comes into play right along this line also, and it is in the nature of an installment note, yearly payable upon continued exercise of the franchise and its derivative of the law merchant, among other things. This is why the IRS manual in the Legal Reference Guide at page 58, section 11 states, quote, in any case not provided for in this Act, 26 U.S.C., the law merchant shall govern. All states have adopted this in their uniform business and commercial codes. UCC 1-103 of Arkansas Uniform Commercial Code, 85-1-103, Washington Revised Code 62A 1-103. Every state in the Union has such a provision. The government uses the power of attorney that was granted with the signing of the Social Security contract when they seek a redress of grievance. This is revealed in 26 U.S.C. 3101A, the connecting link with Title 42, the section on the 1935 Social Security Act, Title II and Title 11. In other words, law is written line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. It's the methodology whereby we keep you perpetually deceived because, first of all, you've never been trained in law, and secondly, those that are trained in law would have to be trained in legal research to ferret out the connecting links to tie the jurisdiction of Title 26 and the income tax to Title 42 with Social Security. The average mind simply cannot cope with such a system. 3101A of the Federal Insurance Contributions Act, called FICA, where it says, quote, old age, survivors, and disability insurance, in addition to other taxes. What other taxes do you think they're referring to? It's called withholding. There is hereby imposed on the income of every individual a tax equal to the following percentages of the wages as defined in Section 3121A, received by him with respect to employment, as defined in Section 3121B. Without a Social Security account, you can't pay an income tax because you're not a taxpayer. The Social Security Act is the contract whereby you gave your power of attorney to the Secretary of Health Education.
We've been playing.
Before it's removed from the internet.
We've been playing. We've been playing. You mean we've been played? Yeah, we definitely been played. I agree. For real.
If you're watching this on August 3rd.
This is the last message I ever got from this guy named Noah, who claims he's been beyond the ice wall. And it was the most interesting thing I've ever heard, so I've decided to share it with you. I'm also going to show you the screenshots from our conversation on Telegram as proof. His username on there is Witcher, and it's for you to decide if he's telling the truth or not. He is from Split, Croatia, and says he always uses a plane to get past the ice wall, never a boat. Not anymore, which I will explain as to why that is near the end of his story. He claims to have found a whole vast new area with new oceans and new continents, but that he doesn't get there the way that you might think in Antarctica. He actually uses a biplane to fly to the North Pole, which apparently has a portal that takes him to this new area with other continents. He found out about all this because one of his ancestors was given a map by the ancient Roman emperor.
It's already happening. You can feel it. Your life is about to change.
Yep, here we go. Some more Scooby-Doo ass shit. They have found an unidentified flying object. Yeah, they spotted it in Brazil. Yep, as we can see, an intergalactical frying pan. And it's just floating, just hovering, minding its own business in the middle of the sky. Now, don't get me wrong. This definitely could be AI. This could be CGI. You know, but this is definitely something to think about since, you know, a lot of information that came out about intergalactical frying pans. Now, if y'all know about the falling, this is definitely something that you want to, you know, think about. You know how they told you don't look up? You might want to look up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about them finding UFOs that look like blades in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom. And stay.
A guy wanted to impress his wife, so he hired hitmen so he can save the day. You've never heard of this story? Nah. I think it's called the Shonda case. It all started because Shonda caught her husband, Michael, cheating on her. So Michael's like, he's pressed about it. He's like, oh yeah, let's sign a divorce. I don't even want to be with you no more. Yeah. Shonda's like, okay, bet, let's do it. Shonda calls his bluff and he really didn't want that. He really wanted to stay with Shonda. He keeps threatening Shonda online. He's like, oh, I'll leak the videos that we took. I'll show them to the world. Shonda's still like, I'm not taking you back, bro. He comes up with a plan. He's like, okay, I'ma hire 2 of my boys to go kidnap my wife one day. Damn. And I can come in, beat up the 2 guys, and she'll be like, oh my god, you saved me, and we're back together. So on the day, right, Shonda's chilling in her living room. There's knocks on the door. She opens the door. 2 guys in like red costume on some like heist shit. They have like guns. So Shonda's like, okay, fuck, like I'm getting kidnapped. Goes into the car, and then as soon as they drive off, for some reason there was a cop in that area. He thought that, okay, let's just pull over to the side and let the cop drive off. The cop is like, why is a white truck pulling over? Goes over, lights them up.
Yeah, that's weird. You go out to eat and then nah, bruh. Using somebody else used that same fork. You about, nah, I can't do it.
We in the trenches.
She was a fairy.
One thing about energy is it transfers like nobody's business. Nobody's business. I mean, through the phone, through touch, through words, through action, through any, like, it's so what it is. It's energy. It's so infectious. I don't think people really understand the power of their touch half the time, and I don't think people understand how easy it is for you to be completely swayed by the energy of somebody's touch. Like, you could have your mind made up on who you are and how you'll be and da-da-da-da and this, that, and third, and somebody else who has their mind up on who you are and how you should be will touch you and you will get confused. Like, just pay attention to it. Like, it don't even have to be like that. It could be like you done made a decision, but your parents view the opposite decision, and then your parents touched you, and now you making your parents' decision. You feel me? Like, that's how energy works. Be careful. One thing about energy is it transfers like nobody's business.
Energy, it gotta go somewhere, so it gotta transfer. That's all it can really do. He cooking and cleaning. Oh, that's funny.
Oh shit.
Shit. Wow. My boy cold with it now. That's what's up. That's what's up.
This is real meat, no compromise, made in front of you.
So you grew this chicken in these tanks behind us?
Yes.
Without ever slaughtering a chicken?
You could ask me that 1,000 times, and the answer is yes, yes, yes. We grew it right here. They're getting the oxygen.
His company, Upside Foods, just received clearance from the USDA to start selling their meat, made at this production center in Emeryville, California.
We'll be able to produce 50 to 75,000 pounds of meat every year, right away. This is real meat, no compromise.
The more you raise your vibration, the more self-analysis you're going to do. And when that happens, you start improving. That's the biggest step to improvement, is self-analysis. So when you think about it, a lot of us sometimes we fall in the habit of doing something over and over again. For example, like going to the gym. Right? You going to the gym and you not self-analyzing. And I see it every day. The same people walk in, I'm going to just walk on the treadmill. Same people for 2 years straight doing the same thing. still looking the same. So whatever it is that you do, you have to self-analyze. So if you go to the gym and you're using the 10 pounders and you can only lift it 8 times, you gotta jot that down. You're like, okay, on Tuesday, I was only able to do 10 pounds 8 times. Now the next time I go, next Tuesday, I'm gonna push for 10. If you're really pushing, go for 15. But you get where I'm going with this. To take it to the next level, you have to self-analyze. And it's crazy how simple that is. But also, you know, people find it easier to analyze other people, find it easier to tell other people what to do. And you're doing that wrong. You shouldn't be living like that and stuff like that. Direct that energy back to yourself. Y'all stay tuned into the next video.
That is true. You do gotta self-analyze yourself, for real. You gotta, because that's the only way you can improve. Especially if you don't have nobody telling you what you need to do, or like criticizing you on certain things. Yeah, you gotta definitely self-analyze. Like, dang, what can I really do better today? You know.
Hey, somebody fucking in here with me. I'm up here doing this damn job. These folks want me to do all this walking in the dark. I'm not walking down there in no motherfucking dark. Hey. Hey.
Hey. The
fuck out there, man. Somebody is down there with me. Somebody in here with me. When I got this job, I told them I don't do things like this. And I got my camera on, bitch. You can go if you just come out. I'll let you go free. But don't try to just pop out on me. You know what I'm saying? Scare the fuck out of me, make me shit all on myself on the job. Come on now. Come on now. I'm just trying to get my goddamn hours and go home now. He gonna act like he don't hear me. You know you back there. Come on.
I'm just trying to get my hours and go home.
And the clock, I'm going this way. Fuck that.
I stopped playing video games. I stopped watching TV. I stopped everything you could think of except learning. I read books. The books I read was for dummies. I say all that to say, take a loan plan, and what you realize is you're going to work every day to beat that time. You're going to get there quicker, but you have to think long every day. Like, for instance, my first plan was to put in $100 a week into an investment account, but it said I'll be a millionaire when I'm 65. It was on Acorns. So you know how you can move the bar. So you can say, all right, what about if I put in $200 a week? So I'm like, oh shit. I retired by like 59. What about $300 a week? I was 21 at the time. I'm like, I'll retire by 55. Then I was like, what if I put in $3,000 a month? Because that'll be all my haircut money. And then it said 11 years. I'll be a millionaire. Bingo. All this barber money is going into this investment account. And I'm going to try my hardest to get a 30% a year. In the midst of that, I started writing books because people wanted to learn from me. So I was a millionaire before the pandemic because I started in 2018. I was still in the Army. And hate came with that because you balling in the Army. And now you don't want to do push-ups. I stopped playing video.
Smart man.
No. It's too late.
He said, no. It's too late. Oh, this was nasty.
Why don't you hire people to build that for you? Well, because that's expensive. Okay, I've never cut a...
She kept bidding on the lady. That was disgusting.
Listen to me. Why don't you hire people to build that for you? Well, because that's expensive. Okay, I've never cut a rafter correctly on the first try, but there is a first time for everything. I'm going to use this one as a template to cut the rest of them. But yeah, between electric, septic, architectural plans, and permits, that's an easy $50K I need to be saving for. I'm not going to waste that money on labor to build my chicken coop. Besides, I like doing this shit. And I don't know how I'd feel about making construction content if I'm not the one building anything. Anyway, I'm up here marking my rafter spacing. We're doing 24 inches on center. It's important to me that I do as much with my own 2 hands as possible. You know, people can talk as much shit as they want about me moving too slow. The average person isn't gonna have access to unlimited resources, money, and construction crews. But you know, I've met quite a few people already who have been inspired by my videos to develop their own property and get their hands dirty. I think that's pretty fucking neat, but if you do attempt something like this, just go into it knowing it takes a lot of time, money, blood, sweat, tears, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you hire people to build that for?
Waking their kids up early. Don't wake your kid up early. Come on, oh my God, listen to me. Unless they're going to school because they have to, wake them up early. But on the weekends, don't wake your kids up early.
How long would you let them sleep?
As long as they want.
That's controversial. I wish my dad heard that.
See, some people have insomnia. They can't sleep. And because they can't sleep, they came up with this cool little saying that said, the early bird catches the worm. No, the early bird will be 5'5". That's how that should sound. That's stupid. All right, back to cane protein. I want parents to know that it's very important that your kids are eating right and sleeping right at a young age. See, they don't understand that. Little kids need more protein than us. You see a 12-year-old boy, his body requires more protein than you right now because he's growing. But people don't understand that. Waking their kids up early. Don't wake your kid up early.
I want to tell you guys a quick little story. One time when I was in this relationship and we were going through things, and I said to my therapist, I just want things to go back to the way they used to be. And my therapist said, why? And I said, because that's when things were good. And she asked me, she said, well, why can't you start a new beginning? Why do you want things to go back to what they used to be? Create something new. And so that's my message for you. Oftentimes we want things to go back to the way that they used to be. Not even giving something new an opportunity to be better than what things were. That's it. That's the...
What am I not supposed to do?
You can't smack people's butts. You're gonna go to jail for that. Yeah!
Yep. Why would I go to jail?
Because you keep smacking people's butts. Yeah! And then you mean wash your hands when you keep smacking people's butts.
Whose butt did I smack?
Mom! Your wife. Don't do that to your wife.
That's right, baby. You tell him.
Yeah, very nasty. You're gonna go to jail for that. Yeah, you're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail and then you just...
She said, that's right. You tell him, baby. That is funny. That is too funny.
One parent. Your mother. It's mom, right?
That's right, baby. You are 1,000% correct. Like...
Yes, you're gonna go to jail for that.
That's right. We don't touch people's privates.
Yes, that's nasty. You're gonna wash your hands when we...
Or we could just not do it. If you don't do it at all, then you don't have to worry about washing your hands. So we just don't touch people's privates.
So don't smack butts.
Yes.
So don't smack butts.
What am I supposed to do?
You can't smack people's butts.
Eat too much, so don't smack butts. Why do you say it like that, though?
But it works. Conversation has gotten too hot, and you know it needs to calm down. And then we would both say, we would grab each other's hand and say, to the floor. And then we do this. And the reason we would do this is because you can't argue like this.
What?
You just want to laugh. I don't know why.
It doesn't matter what you're arguing about. It doesn't matter. If you do this, everything changes because you look like an idiot. Trying to yell at somebody. This completely disarms everything.
Yeah.
You can't take yourself seriously. You can't take your spouse seriously. All you do is look into each other's eyes. And when I look into her eyes, I go, wow, I love this girl. And as upset as I may be, she is not my enemy. That's my friend. That's my partner. And I love this person. And it completely disarms everything. It doesn't mean that the problem goes away, but it helps you to manage that problem a whole lot easier. But it works. Conversation
that's actually a good technique for somebody that's like arguing and they just want to get on the floor like that. And just imagine you drop to the floor like, what are you doing? Like yeah, it's no way you can argue doing that. Nah, that was good. That was funny. China is 30 years ahead of the world.
哇，天哪！
Now your spirit tells you every day what you need in your head. Now how you say, well, how do I know my spirit tells? All you got to do is to sit down and start using your imagination. You thinking it's your imagination. That's a channel coming through. You see what I'm saying? But see, you can't bring yourself to have confidence in your own spirit. You see what I'm saying? In your own spirit. It's like, one day I'll tell a goddamn lie on the telephone and the next day the fucking lie comes. That shit, man, I do that shit a lot. I was scared of my damn self. the creative imagination. So you can heal yourself with the shit right in your kitchen. You just go in and open up the pantry and you look and you tell the spirit what looks good in that and have confidence. Plus you don't realize this here too. Even if the shit up in there wouldn't work. If you just took the shit anyway and believed it worked, the body process gonna help the shit work any damn way. And you don't even need the medicine to do the damn shit.
D4K.co.
Best advice I could give you. Never miss a meal, never miss a workout, never miss a bitch. Big Luke coming out to you live. Best advice I could give you. Never miss a meal, never miss a work.
So if you're gonna play football, we really got to get you out here. You got to stop being scared to play with dudes too.
Hey, Dad.
Just because they been. Yes, Junior.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1984.
1984?
Yes, sir. Some of the best years in life. So you gotta get up there. You can't be scared to play with these dudes or nothing like that.
How was it being a slave?
Sit back, Junior. So if you're gonna play football,
He said, wow. How was it being a slave? Wow. He really said that.
You draw. Sell your drawings. You know what I'm saying? It's something you're going to do anyways. Just, hey, figure out a way where you can make a little income off them. Boop. Whatever you know, whatever you do. If you dance, go freaking teach to kids down the street how to dance for so much every week. Like, figure out something you do and just start selling your services. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you don't even got to turn it into a business, but still treat it like a business. Get you an LLC, let the money flow through it, because then that's when the tax deductions play in. That's it. That's the triangle offense, man. I'm telling you, you do that, you get what you need, you get that side thing going, keep pouring back in that, and then that gets so big, start buying the assets, boom. And then eventually now you got 10 houses. You got 1,000 stocks. And now they paying your life.
Smart.
You draw.
Remain in high thoughts. I don't care how simple the task is, remain in high thoughts. Before you talk to that person, remain in high thoughts. Before you step out to this world, remain in high thoughts. And when you feel yourself going into those low thoughts, have a high vibrational word that triggers you back into those high thoughts. That's the effective way to keep a high vibration throughout the day. Keep a high thought doing the most simple things. Remain in high thoughts.
My fucking hamburgers last night?
I had a few.
A few? I made fucking 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I fucking went to the supermarket, I got the chopped meat, I came home, I fucking mixed the chopped meat, I grilled the fucking burgers, you know why? Because I was making myself dinner for the next 2 or 3 nights, plus fucking lunch. I fucking come down today to make fucking dinner, guess what I find in the refrigerator? I find a fucking empty, dirty Tupperware in there with not even one fucking burger.
Oh, that wasn't me who left it in there.
Bullshit! It's you and your brother always fucking eating like fucking pigs around here. Gawdzells, fucking vacuum cleaners. You can't just have 1 or 2 burgers. You gotta eat all of them. Now the fucking Tupperware, you know what? The fucking dirty Tupperware's in the refrigerator.
Like I
it's
said.
like, hey, Dad, right here, pal. Right here. Thanks for the burgers. Like, dude, you don't even have enough fucking decency to fucking clean the Tupperware. I don't care that the hamburgers, like, that I paid for them, what I care about is the amount of time
Okay,
I
but it wasn't me.
Dude, it's you and your brother.
Okay, I had a
I asked
yeah, I had
Anthony,
a
he said
couple.
he had none.
I had a couple.
You tell me you had a couple and it was 7 fucking burgers, they're all gone. Now I got fucking nothing to eat tonight. My fucking hamburgers last night.
But if you really think about it, everybody in the world is a year or close to a year older than what they say they is. Because bro, you was in your mom's stomach for 9 months and then you born. You can't be born 0. You was already developed 9 months ago. So everybody in the world is 9 months older or close to a year older than what they say they is. I'm about to be 48 at the end of the month, but I'm really gonna be 48 in 9 months.
Like, I don't think you even understand, right? What you don't understand is this. You just broke something majorly down. You just really reached the point in our history of the knowledge and intellectually of understanding that Nobody never thought of that.
Right. No.
Like you just really you cracked the code.
Everybody
really
is
woke.
a year older.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. You can't be in your mom's stomach for 9 months, and then she drop you out the coochie, and you 0 years old.
That's deep.
Now you 1 day old.
Because you really alive already.
Right.
Okay.
She feeding you. You in her fucking stomach. You already alive.
That's deep. That's deep. We gotta.
Everybody is 9 months older than what they say they is. But if you really think about it,
he kind of got a point. But somebody in the comments said it's called birthdays. Clock doesn't start after the mom giving birth. So, I don't know, but he might be on to something though. For real.
I just don't understand how when I tell people that I'm Afro-Indigenous, everybody always want to see proof. Everybody want to see paperwork. Everybody want to see a DNA test. So you mean to tell me I need to show you paperwork proving who I am? Paperwork provided by the same people that took our ancestors on a walk, the Trail of Tears. From down here, Alabama, where I'm from, born, bred, raised, all the way up north, reclassified a lot of us as Negroes, brainwashed our children and erased as much of our history as they could. Sold each other the right to claim Indian on paper for $5, stole all of our land thereafter, and continue to reign under a system that only benefits themselves. You really think when they stole all our land, if I swab the inside of my mouth, they gonna tell me the truth like, yeah, that's who you are? Be for real. I just don't understand how when I tell people that
Huh? Goodbye. But why are you running away?
Because you told me to clean my room.
Because I told you to clean your room?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Wow.
Bye. I love you. Okay, baby. Let me turn the light on for you. Okay, see you. Huh?
Imagine you call out of work and they offer to come get you. Imagine you call out of work.
They offer to come get you. Wow.
What's your least favorite race? I don't believe in race. Race is a social construct. Everybody's shades of wheat.
Hold up, my educated and melanated brother. Hold up. He spazzed.
What's your least favorite race? I don't believe in race. Race is a social construct. Everybody's shades of wheat.
Hold up, my educated and melanated brother. Hold up.
Just using my white hours. Just using some of my white hours. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This is a beautiful ass view up here. I can't see nothing. Just using my white hours. Just using some of my.
Jesus Christ.
This motherfucker is not man's best friend. The tornado came, this motherfucker ran upstairs and left a nigga. Vito, you a monkey motherfucker, man. You is not, hey man, you ain't gonna fight the tornado for a nigga? Vito, you a buster, nigga. Vito, you just looking out for yourself. Nigga, I'm finna give you a...
He said he just looking out for yourself. I mean, what is the dog really gonna do at the tornado? You know, he almost got a better chance at surviving. Think about it.
The ones I took in that fucking snow, like, bro, like, Vlad, I never been high like that in my life. Like, the snow was so fucking white, bro. Like, I went to a hot springs, a naked hot springs. I'm just buck naked. Bro, like, bro. Man, bro, like, that was a high, bro. Like, I laughed for like 3-4 hours straight, bro. I talked to everybody in the hot springs. Bro, I was walking around my hot spring neighbors. I love you guys. Like, bro, I was just out of control, bro. Like, I don't want no more for a minute unless I'm around a lot of people. Like, I was just, bro, like, and everybody with me was the same fucking weight. Cause it was everybody first real time. Like this shit was, bro. Yeah, bro. It was some, bro, and we had the real shit, bro. It was some.
Hey, y'all. The whole time I'm watching this video, the only thing I could think about is that dude who jumped off the cruise ship in the middle of the night. Like, look how fast these damn fish swarm on this food. It don't matter what he throws in there, they tear that shit up. So what do y'all think happened to homeboy when he jumped off the damn cruise ship in the middle of the night? Y'all know a damn kraken got his ass. And what's wild, these damn fish are acting like freaking piranhas. This is why you should be afraid of the ocean, cause all fish can tear your ass up. It don't matter how big they are, them bastards will eat anything. Like, can you imagine falling off in this damn water? Cause you're gonna hit the water like that meat right there. And look what comes out to get this, freaking sharks, bro. These ain't them damn little fish. These are some freaking sharks.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm good staying on land, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
I'm good off of that one. I said, there ain't no way I'm gonna drop down and you just gonna eat me alive. Not happening.
Did you just call me a what? What'd you say?
It sounded like that baby said, nigga. What?
Well, I drink it. This is the only water I drink. Yeah.
Jada, them people been looking for you on the internet.
I'm not gone.
What you mean you not gone?
I'm not gone.
Jada, they been looking for you. They looking for you. Jada.
Even understand what's going on right now? Do you understand that we have a new moon on August 4th, the same day that Mercury goes retrograde, and then 4 days later we have the Lionsgate portal? Do you know what this means? Because if you don't, I'm going to explain it to you because this is an important timeline. What's happening on the new moon on August 4th is it's new energy, new cycles, new timelines, new shifts, okay? That being back to back pretty much with a portal day is crazy because the intentions that you set around there is going to slingshot and propel you into higher timelines. But that does not just happen, right? It doesn't just like happen overnight. Here I am in this timeline. No, you have to clean out the weeds of everything that's in this timeline before you get to this one. So let's say you're right here, right now, right? This is where you are. Your life is like this. Where you want to go is vast and expansive. You are essentially pruning the useless branches without killing the tree, right? So you have to declutter and peel back all the programs, the behaviors, the beliefs that do not match this place. Like this is a very high frequency place where there's a lot of peace and abundance and prosperity. A lot of these programs, they don't fit there. That doesn't work there. So you have to release those. Now, how do those get released? Through the environment, through your world starting to trigger you on what those things are, and it's all about how you respond to that. Now, who's going to teach you that right now? Saturn being in retrograde and Mercury being in retrograde. Those two planets are going to really be helping you with that. So it's going to be very uncomfortable. But again, it's all in how you respond to it. So let's say, for example, you are really wanting to live a life with a lot more peace, okay? But you have so much chaos and drama around you. It's not that the drama just goes away. It's that there's going to be a lot of people or drama like coming at you, and it's about how you respond to that. Declining to have the tea time conversation, declining to gossip, declining to be around people or in environments where that is circulating is actively choosing this higher timeline. That's what manifestation is. And so it's going to be really potent right now because we are being propelled, slingshotted through higher timelines. And the thing that most people misunderstand about timeline shifts is that it's just going to happen to everybody. No, it only happens to those that are consciously responding to their environment in the way that is taking them to that higher timeline, that is detaching from their attachments of this current timeline and allowing them to stay more connected to what they want. You have to make that choice for yourself in many ways, and that is changing behaviors, changing programs, changing patterns, changing environments. So you can very easily stay in the exact same place and not evolve even through a portal and a timeline shift. You can't just sit back and wait. It doesn't just happen. You are a co-creator, so you have to work at it too. Your commitment to the future has to be greater than your attachment to the past. So it's up to you on how you want to move through that. But be very, very, very clear about your intentions in the next week. Your intentions have to be from what your heart, what your soul desires, not from what your ego wants, because that's just gonna backpedal you a little bit. And if you don't know what your heart desires yet, just let the intention be what my spirit desires, and that will start to show and reveal to you through the things that are falling apart in front of you. Buckle up, kids. This is going to be
I have a rule. No black woman under the conditions of white supremacy should have a child before she's 30. No black male should become a father until he's 35. No more than 2 children, no closer together than 3 years apart. Do you see? Now what am I doing? See, the white supremacy dynamic is not only putting the black male in check, but it is to inferiorize the behavioral functioning in order to hold an oppression, in order to have that sense of, look at them and I'm superior to them. I really feel genetically inadequate, but I get a psychological kick by seeing them in a very degraded state. Do you see? And so the counter move is to understand what this dynamic is all about. I mean, it's just like if you're in a sailboat and you want to get to a particular point on the other side of the river, you have to know the current of the wind. And I have a rule. No black...
I don't know if that's a good age. 35? At least 30. Or 29, 28, 35. I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
You do not drink water. Dogs drink water. Camels drink water. Four-legged beasts drink water. Do you know in order to drink water scientifically, you will have to stand on all fours, you have to elongate your neck, and you have to lap the water with your tongue? Your tongue is not even long enough, and it don't have the type of muscles that other mammals have to even lap that water in. In order for you to drink water, you got to close your hands together, do this, you got to do everything but what you can do naturally with it to even drink this water. You getting water in cups and glasses. You weren't born with cups, glasses, and bowls, and none of that other shit. These are utensils that you make for you can assimilate other creatures, for you can start drinking these things. Just like you make knives and you make forks because you don't have claws like a carnivore, and you make these knives and these forks but you can claw and rip and tear into flesh, showing you that you were not created to eat flesh. Same thing when it comes to water that comes out of wells and oceans and lakes. You were not made to drink that. If you was, then your neck and your digestive tract would be made a certain way. Your tongue would be elongated a certain way for it can lap and get that water in. Guess what? You ain't got to do that when you're eating your water. See, you're supposed to eat water. You're supposed to chew water. You're not supposed to drink water. Human beings is not a drinking faculty, y'all. You do not drink water. Dog.
You got a point, though. We really supposed to just be eating fruit. That's where we really supposed to get our water from. But hey, you come outside, come from outside, it's hot. You gotta drink some water. I ain't gonna lie. Skip that. And that's why it's universal. You know, the universe is universal. So that's why we're able to do things like that.
Peace, love, and light to everyone, and salute to the gods and goddesses. I'm just leaving the gym, and I received this download. You know, I always like to share my transmissions whenever they come to me, because I personally believe that's the prime creator speaking directly through our avatars. So whenever you get a download, it's important that if you don't share it immediately or record it, at least write it down, because that's the source speaking directly through you. And what I received is, I just wanted to express the concept of us being connected to the cosmos and having the ability of reaching the cosmos through you, okay? It's just not some cliche term, okay? We all are microcosms of the macrocosm, okay? Meaning that our neurons firing are real replicas of a nebula, okay? If you look at our neurons, they look mighty close to the cosmos. I'm pretty sure you've seen pictures of our retinas that look like the cosmos, our brain activity looking and resembling cosmic activity. It's, you know, we are small replicas of the cosmos, okay? And this is how the Dogon tribe had the ability of knowing where Sirius was at before places like NASA or telescopic inventions, okay? Before the telescope was invented, the Dogon tribe had the constellations and star systems all mapped out and written and drawn out and everything like that,
Okay, they knew exactly what star system they was from. Obviously, you know, they encountered different beings, different entities, and things of that sort from Sirius that also taught them and came down and communicated with them. But also attributed with that, the Dogons had the ability of astral projection. This is way before, you know, they started decalcifying our pineal gland or using EMF waves and things of that sort to really target our cosmic gateway. Okay, and I'm back to that because it's the most important thing in your spiritual pursuit is decalcification of your first eye. That's the most important. Okay, no matter what nobody say, you can't fight the war blind if you can't see. Okay, this is why I always talk about decalcification of the pineal gland and EMF waves. You have to remember, we are pretty much frequency. Okay, this whole body, this meat suit, is just an avatar that we in, obviously. But however, we are primarily frequency. That's pretty much what we are. So with that being said, EMF waves in different extremely low frequencies have the ability of disrupting our neurophysiology, which is our connection, our direct connection to source. Okay, so this is why I tell you, get your shungite. This is why I tell you to get your orgonite. Why I tell you to get your obsidian. Malnelevant entities and different attacks, your black tourmaline. These are different crystals, okay? You have crystals inside you. You have minerals and different intrinsic metallics inside your body, okay? Different high quality metals and metallics, magnetites and dendrites that work in synergy with crystals. Some people say, well, how could crystals work? They think it's pseudo, not knowing that your body made up of crystals. The cell phone that I'm holding in my hand right now is crystals all in it. Quartz crystal primarily is what most laptops, tablets, Apple Watches, anything like that, you know, pretty much crystals is in everything, okay, including your body. So that's why it's important that you build a symbiotic connection with crystals, okay? You have to know how to activate them, okay? You have to communicate with the crystal, and you will have a symbiotic connection with it. Some of y'all crystals that y'all have not even activated. You have a piece of amethyst or lapis lazuli sitting around, and it's not even activated. It's just sitting there. You have to communicate with the crystal, apply it to your third eye, talk to it, you know what I'm saying, in order to turn it on, because it's sentient just like you and me, all right? If it's somebody walking past you every day, they don't talk to you, are you going to engage with that individual? You know what I'm saying? Let's say you see a person every day. You walk past them every day. You just see them. But once that person engage and talk to you, now you're going to reciprocate that energy and you're going to communicate back. That's the same way the crystals operate. If you don't communicate with them, set your purpose and your attention with these crystals, make a physical connection with them, then you ain't going to activate them, okay? So that's one of the things that you also want to consider is activation of your crystals, okay? Because you do have intrinsic metals inside you, okay? This is another reason why the deletes use toxic metals like lead, cadmium, and mercury, because you have metallics inside you. So if they can disrupt the metallic balance inside your body, okay, and use EMF waves to scramble your particles and alter your neurophysiology, then now you out of tune with source, because you have to look at it like a radio frequency, right? If you're driving in your radio frequency and you're driving for miles and you get out of tune with that frequency, it's going to start picking up what's called white noise, where the picture ain't going to be that clear. That's the same way your neurophysiology is with all these EMF waves, all these calcium deposits in your pineal gland, and all I try to do is create that clear frequency with source, so you have a steady connection with source and you can see during your path to ascension. Get your lion's mane, okay? Get your blue lotus, all right? As I expressed previously, the lion's mane is made to decalcify the pineal gland, okay? You can consume it every day, all right? It's also good for gut health, okay? It's also good for your heart, okay? The heart has neurons in it, okay? Brain neurons, and also the stomach. Your gut has neurons in it, okay? So you have three brains almost: your heart, your brain, and your head, and also your gut, okay? Those are all in conjunction, in synergy with your nervous system. Everything's connected. All right, so when you decalcify your pineal gland, you also increase your heart chakra as well as your sacral chakra. All right, so keep those things in mind. All right, and the deletes know that. That's why they shadow ban this type of information. And I want you to assume I'm just trying to sell Blue Lotus or Lion's Mane when that's not the case. Yes, I do provide a platform for you to have access to these to these valuable materials or these valuable herbs, because this country, okay, and America would kill Gates run most of the farmland, has corrupted a lot of our herbals, okay? And then you see people like the late Dr. Sebi getting assassinated for speaking his truth, okay? And many other doctors and holistic practitioners are getting often shadow banned and outcasted for the information that we produce. We in a spiritual war, okay? So the most important thing you can do at this time is make sure that you can see clearly. I'm starting to see the matrix really unravel. How many of y'all? I was at the gym earlier, right? And I'm looking at something, I can literally see it vibrating. I can see an inanimate object like a dumbbell. I can see and then this may sound crazy, this ain't for everybody. This information ain't for everybody. Right. It's only for those that's like-minded. But I was able to look at a dumbbell and I can see almost like the particles on this dumbbell vibrating. Literally, I'm like, wow. You can literally see the matrix crumbling if you look hard enough. On my way to the gym, as I'm driving, I see these different lines in the sky. Not chemtrails because it was still dark outside. I wake up at 5 in the morning to get my workout on. But as I'm driving, I can see lines. I can see the shifting in the sky. It was 2 moons recently in Miami. Okay, that's a representation also of 2 worlds, or this world separating. It could have been a draconian moon and then a hologram moon that they show us just shown simultaneously. It could have also been that. But this veil is rapidly shifting. The UV index has been higher than ever lately. Let's talk about that. The UV index has substantially increased, and the Schumann resonance of the planet has substantially increased. So when the Schumann resonance increase, that goes to show you that you need to ground. Okay, while the Schumann resonance is high, you need to take your shoes off, plug in with the planet. Okay, because I told you it's a symbiotic connection with the planet and yourself. Okay, and those who are not vibrating in synergy with the planet, unfortunately, will not be here. So that's why it's important to also try to stay in 0-point energy. You're going to notice more attacks, okay? Whether it's from your family or whether it's from outside sources, you're going to notice more things trying to disrupt your peace, okay? You're going to notice more distractions, okay? It's important to not be distracted and to make sure that you're fully aware and on your square, okay? Which is your 360, 90 degrees in each quadrant equal 360. But make sure you solid and you on point, okay? And you.
All right. Your body knows how to repair everything. If your bones are weak, your body knows how to regrow them. If your muscles are wasting away, joints are breaking down, your internal organs are falling apart, you got things going wrong with you, there's no incurable disease. There is a point of no return, there's permanent damage, but if you get to anything wrong with a system going in here, if you get to it in time, do the right things, your body can repair it. So I'm going to explain it, and this is all you need for your body to repair itself. Ready? Get this. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment. A surplus of energy in a hydrated alkaline environment, and your body will repair everything. All right,
y'all. That is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, got something out of it, learned something new, all that good stuff. All right, so the peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself. And if the weather's nice, I'm pretty sure it is, get outside in the sun, take you a walk, all that good stuff. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.